So, by the time this video comes out, it'll be May 28th, my birthday, and I thought what better way of celebrating my birthday than talking about something that I absolutely hate. Post-edit note, I tried my best to upload this on my birthday. Right now it's like May 28th, and I tried my best, literally, have been trying to upload this thing for hours on hours. I think I tried to upload this video for like 3 hours, and I ended up getting a processing failure. So this video was supposed to come out on my birthday, but it's most likely going to come out like 3 days after, if not a week after. Now, I usually don't hate anime. If I don't like an anime, then I'm just like, it's not for me, and I just move on. But with this one, oh boy, hate is the only word that's fitting for this garbage. So let me give you a little bit of backstory, a little bit of context, and kinda explain what weird behavior you're gonna see later on in this video. Now, I picked up this anime back in 2019 around my glory days when I used to binge multiple anime in a single day. I actually kind of miss those days. And this one gave me a specific foul taste in my mouth. I watched this anime and I was like, for the first time ever, I was like, God damn, I really hate this anime. I genuinely hate it with my mind, my body, my soul. It's just, I've never felt such a strong emotion for an anime in my entire life. And this video will be me explaining step by step why this anime is the worst anime ever and why it has given me such a foul taste in my mouth. Whenever I think of anybody enjoying this anime, I physically cringe. I just give them that side eye, like, how could you tolerate something that's this bad? Vampire Knight is a 2008 2-season 26-episode total anime done by Studio Deen, where we're thrusted into the world of vampires because, again, this is a shoujo, which means it's targeted towards a younger girl audience, and apparently younger girls are just obsessed with vampires. Anyways, this is set in a private boarding school where the school has been separated into a day and a night class, with night class being reserved specifically for vampires only, and the day class being reserved for humans only. However, humans don't know that vampires exist. So they're just separated because, yeah. And now this is a tale of love, loss, revenge, incest, and absolute garbage. What can I say about this anime aside from opening one is bad? I get music is subjective, but this anime really did underperform for a shoujo anime, which means if the opening is trash, the series itself is soon going to follow, because how can you fail at an opening? The opening is supposed to be like the preview for your anime to get people hooked onto it. For example, Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun, which I will review later, has a super enjoyable opening. I fucking love that opening. And with this first opening, it's just a skip. Now, I'm a person who just doesn't like skipping anime openings. Like, even if it's bad, I try my best not to skip it. But this one was the first. This was the first anime where I was like, I just can't tolerate the opening and I just skipped it, right? I just don't like doing this. And I guess this doesn't really matter for people who tend to skip anime openings regardless. But for me, this actually means a lot to me because I just hate skipping openings. Like, I just hate doing that. And yet with this one, it was just a skip. So it gives off that sort of energy of like, this is the song that you'd sing at a karaoke bar, but only if the song came on through a shuffle playlist. Like, you wouldn't intentionally choose it. It'll just pop up and then you're like, you know what, fuck it, why not? And then you'd sing it at a karaoke bar. Now, opening 2 follows the exact same suit with the whole karaoke bar-esque music, although it's not as bad as the first opening. It's made by the same artist, which is the name of the artist is like On/Off, and the song is like the first opening, where it's not my cup of tea, but unlike the first opening, at least you can listen to this one. It's very forgettable, but you could still listen to it. There's nothing special about it. It's just a generic anime opening. It's pretty mediocre. Ending 1 was very gothic. I didn't like it. Again, it's not my cup of tea. It's not something I would skip, but it is, again, not my cup of tea. It's just something that is there. It's a skip. Opening 2 follows the exact same suit, where the opening 2 was very I wouldn't say it was enjoyable, but it was more listenable than any other song that this entire anime had, because I really enjoyed how it tried to drive this gothic theme with the way the artist was singing. She had this very soft, raspy, kind of tired and almost crying type of singing.
This is post-edit note. I didn't know what word to use for the type of singing that she does. I just realized after a while that it sounds very out of breath. You know when you're trying to sing but you barely have a breath left to you? That's exactly how it sounds. That's what I was trying to say. Not tired. She was out of breath.
And I don't know, I really found that enjoyable. Again, it's not an opening or an ending that I would go out of my way to listen to, but it's something that I can listen to without needing to constantly skip it, right? Okay, now the voice acting itself is surprisingly, you know what, I'm not even going to try and stretch it. It's pretty mediocre. I'd say Zero's voice is the only enjoyable one that you can listen to, because the way he does certain scenes is actually really good. Kaname's voice acting, it sounds like a generic anime pretty boy with a laid-back personality. It's very bland. That's the type of energy it gives off. You know, that type of, oh, okay, yeah, I know, yeah, just it's pretty, it's so bad. It's yeah. It gives off that type of energy. So I guess it suits the personality of the person that's being played, because Kaname kind of has that exact same personality. But again, it's very generic. It's the very generic pretty boy anime laid back personality, and all I can say for it is it's very mediocre. Now, there's a character in the series whose name is Idol, who's meant to be like the idol character of the series, hence the name Idol. Like, yeah, his energy is very energetic, which I guess is like a breath of fresh air for majority of the series. Although it's the type of voice where you can't really listen to it for a long time, because then you'll get annoyed with it, because it's very hyper energy. You know, it's that type of energetic personality where you can only listen to it in very short bursts, 2 minutes or more of him, and you will really get annoyed. Now, as for the OST, I'd say it's very mediocre. I'm pretty sure at some point there was a reused OST where you can find it in another anime. I'm not sure if I'm hearing that correctly, but when listening to it, you really feel like I've heard this before from somewhere else. Aside from that, it really does its best as being background music. Like, it's so far in the back that you don't pay attention to it unless you're actually trying to focus on it, and it's just there. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not the type of OST where you're like, oh, I need to go out of my way to download this and listen to it in my free time. No, it's just there. It's very mediocre, very reused. That's all I can say for it. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just mediocre for the most part. Now, Vampire's art style is bad. That's I want to say it's horribly bad, but you know, I just don't want to give this anime that hate. Okay, I know I'm hating on this anime. I don't want to give it that fuel. Like, I don't want to just suddenly get angry at this anime. So let's just say the art style is bad. It's really bad. To me, it's worse than Clannad, because at least Clannad had a good story worth watching. It's worth enjoying. Vampire Knight's art style is reminiscent of a child in primary school who's just bought those anime anatomy books and he's like learning how to draw, but now it's a beginner's level of art, so it's just trash. That's Vampire Knight. Like, the art style in itself shows, like the show, that just because you can doesn't mean you should. It's like that saying about an asshole. Everybody has one, but it doesn't mean we need to see yours. However, I will fault Studio Deen for that, because looking at Studio Deen's previous works, and also considering that the fact that this was a 2008 anime, I can't really fret Studio Deen for this, because they were never really the best at art styles. They were always really bad at it. Like, the characters always had weird proportions. Either their eyes were too big for their head, or they were too far to the side, or they were super skinny, or like their bodies just looked sharp. They just looked sharp. That's the best way I can describe it. And I get it. It's a vampire anime, so they had to make all of the vampires specifically attractive because of the whole cliche. But I will appreciate certain characters. I did like Akatsuki's art style, or not his art style, but his style in general, his aesthetic. It kind of reminded me of like an Ichigo and Aizen had a child. I don't want to be imagining that. But either ways, it gave off that type of energy of Ichigo and Aizen had a kid and now he's like handsome. You know, I really fucked with that art style. Certain characters in this series actually have a very digestible nature to them. Not like in a vor fetish way, but like, I mean, like, you can watch them without getting sick of their appearance type of way. But unfortunately, that does not apply for the main girl and the main boy. Kaname and Yuki do not have that type of energy. They're just so generic looking. Especially Yuki. She's the main female, but she looks like such a generic NPC in any video game or in any anime. You literally look like you could find her in the background of absolutely anything. Zero is the only character with some flavor to him, but that's only literally because he quite literally stands out. He is the only character, aside from his twin brother, who has white hair. Like, that's the only hair that stands out, with the most rare hair color being Shiki's almost red hair and Akatsuki's orange hair. Like, the animation itself is very mediocre. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just there. There's nothing to say about it, honestly. Just, yeah. Oh man, the plot. Oh my god. Shit. The plot is so mind-numbingly bad. It's cliche, it's boring. I don't know how many times I fell asleep watching this anime. It is that bad. Like, oh my god. It's so bad that I would unironically say that the Twilight trilogy is leagues above it. For instance, this anime starts off in a snowy area where a conversation is had. And the conversation goes like this. I kid you not, and I will show you. Pure white snow. What snow? Something that is not red. No shit! No shit! Pure white snow. What's snow? Something that is not red. Really? Really? That's how you're going to start? Bro, I kid you not. That's how it is. That's an actual quote from the first 17 seconds. 17 seconds of the anime. So that's how you're going to start off the first minute of your anime. Really? Okay, man. Okay. I guess that's how we're gonna start it off, huh? And I know vampires and blood and red, but really, that's just immediately assuming that all vampires see is the color red, which in itself is fucking dumb. It's dumb. But hey man, aside from that, one thing that really annoys me about this anime is its stress of the pronoun game. This man is coming. Pause. Pause. Oh god. Okay. She is You know what? Let me stop there. Let's just say they stress the pronoun game, okay? Like, that man is here. That woman is approaching. That woman did it all. That man is on his way. Like, they really try their best to just throw pronoun games to make you wonder, ooh, who is this man? Or who is this woman? Bruh, I'ma tell you now, I couldn't give two fucks. I couldn't give a single fuck who you talking about. Don't tell me that man is on his way. Who is this man? I don't care. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. They really want me to care about this person, but I couldn't give less of a fuck. Now, vampire is so horrible that I would consider Twilight actual peak vampire fiction. Like, this anime is so low effort, I can guarantee on my mama, on my daddy, I can guarantee on anything, on my own life, that I put more effort into this fucking thumbnail. I put more effort into this video's thumbnail than they did into the actual plot for that series. That's how bad it is. That's how bad. And I'm about to explain to you why it is so fucking bad. We're going to take a look at Zero's personality, which is very one-dimensional. It's akin to that of like the earlier versions of Sasuke Uchiha from the original Naruto, where it's just like revenge. I gotta get revenge because my family was killed. Oh, I gotta get revenge. My life is nothing anymore than revenge. Like, that's literally it. That's the only thing that drives Zero, right? And then once he got his revenge, they asked him, "What is your life purpose now?" "Smashing my adopted sister. That's why I live. I fight to fuck my sister." I did tell you in the beginning of the video that this video really does emphasize incest, right? And it gets worse. Trust me, it gets worse, right? So Zero is the type of person who's like, I'm driven by revenge. I hate vampires. And then he gets bitten and he becomes a vampire. So it's like the earlier versions of Marvel's Blade, or Eren Yeager, or Ken Kaneki, where it's like, I hate something, and then I become that something. That's it. But even then, even once he finally gets his revenge, right, and there is some room for development, he doesn't grow. He doesn't grow at all. His personality still very bare bones. It's still, I'm just trying to fuck. I'm just trying to fuck, my niggas. I'm just trying to smash. That's literally it, right? There's no depth to his character at all. And the thing is, I don't understand how people can watch that and enjoy it. All you're driven by is one thing, and then once you accomplish that one thing, you're kind of like, what now? What now? What am I supposed to do now? He was so one-track minded. It's hard to invest in his story because even when you do try, you feel disappointed because he doesn't live up to the expectation of actually growing as a character. He's just there, and then he does his things, and then after he does his things, he's just there again. Even when he has time to develop, he still becomes one-dimensional. He's still one-dimensional. At most, he's like two-dimensional. I mean, he is the drawing, but you get my point. Now we're on Yuki's personality, who is the main female. Her personality is frustrating, right? That's the best way I can describe it. Her personality is frustrating because she's too obnoxious to the world around her, to the point where she functions like a pre-time skip Sakura from Naruto or Aqua from Konosuba. She's literally that useless. All she does is scream, gets in the way, tries to be the hero, but then she ends up causing more harm than good. That's quite literally it. And the thing is, I hate the incest relationship that she has with Kaname and Zero. This anime is literally an incest love triangle. That's this anime. And I'm gonna explain it even more in detail later on in the video. But all I can say is what frustrates me most about her is the fact that her weapon is useless. She has this anti-stopping vampire bow staff, right? But I tell you, it does nothing. It quite literally does nothing. It's supposed to be vampire stopping. It's an electric bow staff, right? That's supposed to, like, I don't know, stun vampires or do something to them. But it does nothing. It's unable to stop a vampire. We have multiple scenes, where she'll try and hit a vampire. The vampire will just grab the bow staff and they just shrug it off. It quite literally does nothing. It's a metal stick at this point. And again, you're taking a metal stick to a vampire fight. It does nothing. It causes absolutely no pain at all. Not to mention, every single time she uses it, she has this inner urge to drop it every single time. Every single time she whips out that bow staff, she drops it. She is that useless. So much for vampire stopping. It's like Kakyoin's Emerald Splash. No one can deflect the Emerald Splash. That's the exact same energy with this bow staff. Do you know what I think she needs? I think she needs one of those wristbands. You know, like for the Nintendo Wii? The Nintendo Wii remote? She needs that for her bow staff. Because the fact that she drops it as many times as she does, it just perpetuates this very delicate flower narrative. And it's annoying. It's annoying when you're the main focus of 2 seasons. You're the main character of 2 seasons, but you're that useless. You're that useless. Like, I don't know if it's because of, like, it's a female-oriented series where, like, that's even insulting to females, actually. If you're going to be, like, the main female of a female-oriented series, like, it's targeted at females, but you're useless. What is that supposed to tell these younger women? That you're useless, that you only need strong men to be around you. I genuinely don't know what it is. Oh, I'm supposed to be that helpless, delicate flower, then these 2 handsome men are gonna come and fight over me. Like, okay. If you're going to just rely on Zero and Kaname the whole time, fuck are you doing? Leave. You don't deserve to be the main character of this series at all. Now, then we have Kaname's personality. Kaname is like, I don't know what to describe him. Like I said earlier on in the video, he's literally just that laid-back, pretty boy. Oh, everybody is obsessed with him. The vampires are obsessed with him. The humans are obsessed with him. He's just that pretty boy. There's nothing much about his personality that I can actually talk about. It's just bland. It's mediocre. It's just there, right? And I know they try to make him like big brain, mega complex, like Yagami type of big brain personality. It really comes off flat. It's like false. There's nothing special about it. To be honest, the only character I enjoyed in the series was the headmaster, because the headmaster's personality is it's goofy, but it's serious at the same time. It's like Gojo Satoru, or it reminds me of Konata's father from Lucky Star. I don't know if you've watched that, but like it's a very cheesy and childish father mentality. He's very childish at heart, but then he's overpowered when he needs to be. Like it's not a unique trope, but it is something that is enjoyable. Now, the meat and potatoes of this video is my biggest stress with this entire anime, right? Now, the relationship between Kaname and Yuki has the worst levels of incest. And as weird as it may come out, like, hear me out, certain animes know how to do the incest trope right. They know how to do incest right. I realize how bad that comes. Hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Now, here's an accurate way of rating incest. First level is green, which is acceptable incest, where the couple was dating prior to their parents getting together and now they were forced to separate due to those circumstances. Now, second level would be yellow, which is incest where the couple was recently brought together through their parents' marriage and then that caused them to get an attraction to each other. Like, this is like fresh, they're like fresh siblings. But, you know, they kind of... Level 3 would be orange, which is... whereas, like, step siblings raised together and then they still develop feelings for each other. Now, this is where most animes tend to rest their incest gauge on. Where it's like, oh, we were step siblings, but we were raised together and yet we still fell for each other. Kind of like Eromanga Sensei. Most animes tend to rest on level 3, the orange level of incest. Right? Then we have level 4, which is a darker shade of orange, right? In very different lighting. It could be mistaken as red. This is where the incest is blood related. However, the two siblings do not know they're blood related. Then level 5. Level 5 is like the brightest level of red you could ever get. This is like danger levels. This is pure red flags type of danger, where the incest couple are blood related. They're aware that they're blood related, and yet they still continue. This is the route that this anime took. This is the route that Vampire Knight took, where it started off in the darkest level of red, where the siblings are blood related, but they didn't know they were. I mean, one of them did. Kaname knew that he was trying to fuck his sister. She lost her memories of Kaname, right? So she was in love with this dude, was like, oh, I love you, but I don't know you. I don't know that you're my brother. Then she finds out that, oh shit, you're my brother. I still wanna smash! That's the crazy part. That's why this anime is so bad. And what makes this worse is that this couple, I really don't want to refer to Kaname and Yuki as a couple, but this couple are children of incest as well. They're children of incest. Since pure-blooded vampires have special abilities and they're like the tip top of the vampire hierarchy, the parents decided to keep their royal blood pure by committing incest. This is a family tree of incest because guess what? Their grandparents also committed incest and their grandparents before them. So your mom is your auntie and your dad is your uncle, and this is the route they decided to take. Pure incest, pure-blooded incest, vampiric incest. And the thing is, do you know what's crazy? They both recognize how fucked up it is. They both are like, oh no, we shouldn't be committing incest. And what bothers me is that this is a shoujo anime. So this is an anime targeted towards younger girls. This is targeted to the younger female audience. Now, what are you teaching these younger women? Are you teaching them that incest is the new sexy? Because not only was Yuki in a kind of on again, off again incestuous relationship with her step adopted brother Zero, she falls in love with Kaname, who is her blood related brother. So like I said, it is a love triangle of incest. What are you teaching younger women? Am I missing something? Do I need to be a girl to understand this, or is it just out of pocket? Like, ladies, any girl, any woman who's watching this, please comment in the comment section. Is this the type of shit that you guys enjoy? Please, I need to know. I wouldn't have been upset about this whole incest thing if it wasn't the main plot of this anime. They literally spent 2 seasons leading up to this whole incest reveal. 2 seasons! That is a lot. That's 20 episodes! 20 episodes just to find out that these two are siblings and they're still going to smash. Why? Why? Who thought this was a good idea? In conclusion, I understand that this anime is a shoujo anime. It's targeted towards the female audience, so originally was not meant for me. But even if that's the case, that is really a spit in the face to every girl on the planet. Because if this is what people think girls are into, I have some very concerning questions for the people up top. I would not recommend this anime to my worst enemy. I would have given this anime a 0, but there are a few good things here and there. Like, I'm really thinking. Do you know what's crazy? This is worse than Neo Yokio. Like I'm saying, I'm feeling a very light to decent 1. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so that you can be updated next time I post. Be ever wonderful. This has been Biscord signing out. Bye.